Hello YouTube. So I'm not ignoring you guys. I'll be looking on the road, but I'm just not ignoring you, okay? So this video, by the way, it's an amazing morning in San Francisco over here. I hope you all are having a great fucking day so far. Now this video is an extension of my last video, which is how to make a lot of fucking money. And people loved it because it's some good information, and I'm glad they're getting this information while they're in school or before going to school, because the last thing you want to do is know all the stuff after working 2 or 3 years in this field. Okay, I want you to be prepared for the opportunity, because you got to be prepared for it. If you're not prepared for the opportunity, it's useless for you. So you'll be in a lot better position than most people who will come out of these programs and work for a couple of years. So yeah, the reason why this is an extension to that video is that video was all about how to make money, and it didn't take your lifestyle or your life into consideration. This video is about how to make a lot of fucking money and at the same time have a good, decent life, because you also want a little bit of work-life balance, unless you're not a fucking human. But I'm hoping anyone watching this, is definitely wants a little bit of life on the side, even if you don't have a family. So in the last video, I suggested things like travel ultrasound, which was the main, the focus of the video, and but unfortunately I didn't explain it in a great detail, because a couple of people were like, hey, what is travel ultrasound or travel sonography? So let me dive into that a little bit, because that is really important for you to know. So travel ultrasound is an opportunity for you to go to different places, as it sounds, go to different states and work. Now you will be hired by an agency. This agency hires a lot of sonographers, and it signs up deals with a lot of hospitals all across the country. And these hospitals pay a lot of insane amount of money to this agency, because these hospitals don't want the hassle of finding the sonographer when they need it and all that. The hospital is already busy with 500 different things that they're doing, and they don't want this extra load on themselves that, hey, we need to find these sonographers or other staff members like nurses and all that once we run out of them. So these agencies take that opportunity on themselves. They take the responsibility, and they're like, all right, we'll squeeze a lot of money out of you, but we'll provide you with what you really need at the time when you really need it. So they sign up all these sonographers. They pay these sonographers almost double or triple of what they're used to getting paid, and they just transfer these sonographers to wherever they really need to transfer them to. Now, it might sound rough on you, but from the people, I haven't done it myself, but most of my colleagues have done it, and what they have told me is it's not as rough as it sounds. These agencies really want you. They want to keep you around. It's not like they just want to fucking use you and throw you away. They want to keep you around for a long term, because that's how they'll keep the business going. So most of the time they're pretty lenient on where they want to place you. They'll ask you, hey, where are you most comfortable, especially in the early phases, because it's like dating. They'll be really nice to you. They want to please you, and and they expect to be pleased by you at the same time. So they'll ask you where where you want to be placed and all that kind of information, and they'll place you over there first, and then they'll see how things go from there. So it's not as rough as it sounds. Money is, as I told you, 2 or 3 times more, to be more precise, because I was approached by a couple of recruiters on LinkedIn from some of these agencies, so I know the numbers. It's at least $2,200 per week, at least. If anyone is paying you less than that, just find another fucking agency, because they are probably underpaying. $2,200 per week is the most minimum of what they're paying these sonographers, and you won't have any other expenses like food or housing. They'll be paying for all of that shit, so you're not supposed to be paying for all those things. So make sure these agencies pay you for all of that, which they will, because they have a lot of competition as well. So they'll be they'll be paying for those things, and they'll be giving you all the great benefits that you deserve. So those are the pros, okay? Those are the pros of this thing. Now cons, as per some of the colleagues I mentioned, is since you're getting paid double or triple at these hospitals, people who are working with you who are a bunch of fucking losers who are probably getting paid like $30 or something per hour, or you know, 25, 26, God knows what. Yeah, they'll be fucking jealous of you. They'll fucking hate your guts, and you know, sometimes they'll try to put more you know, workload on you and pressure on you and stuff like that. So if your personality is like someone who just doesn't give a fuck, will confront people and you know, somehow make things work, you'll do great, okay? But if you're someone who's very sensitive, you know, kind of pussy whipped, and you know, just cannot tolerate people, you know, being mean to you, then this probably is not the best thing for you. So you figure out what's your personality, if you want it, if you can do it or not, and even before you can do it, you gotta be eligible to do it. So make sure you have your registry, and make sure you have 2 years of hospital experience to even qualify for something like this. So that's all about travel ultrasound. If someone knows a lot more about this, feel free to write it in the comments so that people who are, you know, going through the comments know all this. And people, there's a lot of information in the comments, okay? If you are looking at this video, make sure you read all the freaking comments, because many people are asking some amazing questions, and I try my best to write a detailed answer to that. And I'm pretty sure that many other people who are doing the same, writing a detailed response to people, to some people who have some questions about something. So so that's all about travel ultrasound, okay? That's like making money, taking vitamin M with no life. You know, all you care about is vitamin M. That's your option, okay? There's nothing else more important in your life than just money. Go for that one then. Now the second option, which this video is for today, is you can also make a lot of, you can probably, I'm pretty sure you cannot make more than travel, but pretty close to that, okay? Because in travel, you're not paying for housing or food, so God, how can you beat that? Other than, you know, you're becoming a drug kingpin or something like that. You know, there is no way you can beat that. But if you still want to make probably the same amount, or maybe just a little bit less than what that is from travel ultrasound, I think this option is pretty good, which is I'm right now, so I'll let you know what I did exactly recently. Recently, I've been here in San Francisco for almost a month now, okay? And I was in Mississippi before. I already told you what they pay over there, maximum $30 per hour. It doesn't go, I mean, unless you have more experience and things like that, yeah, it might go to like 35, 40-ish, but no, I mean 40-ish if you're the head of the department or something. But so that's the pay over there, like almost $30-ish average for sonographers, which I think is pathetic. I mean, people should just fucking kill themselves over there. But that's the pay in pretty much every other state that I know of. I even tried to move to New York rather than San Francisco, because I love New York. I mean, I don't know what it is about New York. I mean, there are a lot of negatives, like it's filthy as fuck. If you go to Manhattan, like, I mean, that place is, I mean, yeah, you would rather be in a third world country than be over there. But other than putting all those things on the side, I still love New York. I don't know what it is about it, but I don't know, they just don't pay enough over there. I went and tried applying to some places in Manhattan, and they were paying like $30, $35 per hour. I'm like, I'm not gonna stay in Manhattan with Mississippi money. Like, you guys need to understand, this place has, I mean, everyone knows how crazy expensive New York is. But either way, I mean, even places like New York has the same pay rate. So I'm guessing there's, I mean, if you know any other place other than San Francisco which has an insane pay rate, let me know, because I would like to know, and other people who are watching this video would really, you know, appreciate that. So as far as I know, San Francisco pays the highest. Like it cannot get better than San Francisco when it comes to just pay. Not the travel, just the regular paying rate. So the paying rate per hour over here is from $50 to $70 per hour. Okay, once again, the pay rate is at least $50 to $70 per hour, and it can also go more than $70 in downtown San Francisco. And if you get a job in downtown San Francisco, and if you don't pay the crazy high rent, just get a place in suburbs, and you know, just travel. I mean, just drive a little bit longer or something like that. Okay, and it will make up for itself. Now, all this information, anyone who wants to do what I did, like move from a place like, you know, Mississippi or something, and come down here and start making almost double or triple of what you were making. This is only for people who are, you know, I mean, who doesn't have a family or anything like that. I mean, I don't have kids, baby mamas, none of those expenses. Okay, so I'm set. I'm good to go. Like I don't have much expenses like that to hold me back. So if you're in that kind of position, yes, you can do that. But if you have a family, do your research, because as far as I know, the housing over here, the houses and everything, is just insanely expensive. Okay, so if you have if you have kids, you're probably you're just gonna go to one of these high-end neighborhoods, and yeah, I just feel like your expenses are gonna be a little bit outrageous. So do your research. If it makes sense to you, do it. But if you're someone like me who doesn't have a family, who's who's really young and just can take risks and do things like that, go ahead, take the step. What's the downside? Because the way I look at it, I see, okay, what's the plus and what's the negative? The positives were, oh, I get paid 3 times more, and I mean, there's a zillion amount of opportunities, and it's a big fucking city, and I live in a fucking closet over there. Yeah, it's like you don't even want to get me started about how the place is, how Mississippi is. But yeah, so the positives were all this. The negatives is, oh, I'm gonna blow my savings, and maybe hold on just for a second, okay?